Let's talk about the world of accounting, because it's going through a massive transformation right now. Seriously, forget everything you think you know about dusty ledgers and green eye shades. The modern accountant is stepping out of the back office and becoming a real strategic driver for business. So today, we're going to dive into what that actually looks like.
I mean, the change is just dramatic. Think about it. Yesterday's accountant was mostly reactive, right? They were focused on reporting what already happened, crunching the numbers from last quarter. But today's accountant, they're proactive advisors. They're not just telling you the score, they're on the field, helping you win the game by creating real, tangible value. It's a whole new ballgame.
So you might be asking, what's driving this huge shift? Well, it really boils down to one word: technology. All these amazing digital tools are automating a ton of the old-school number crunching. And that presents a really clear choice for everyone in the profession. Either you adapt, you learn these new tools, and you start offering higher-level strategic advice, or you risk getting left behind.
Okay, so what does adapting even look like? Well, it all starts with communication. The first tool in this new toolkit isn't a fancier calculator, it's learning how to connect with people effectively in our digital world.
Now, digital communication sounds super technical, doesn't it? But really, it's just sending and receiving information electronically. But it's so much more than the tech itself. It's about using this process to connect with clients, customers, and your own team in a way that's faster, more effective, and just gets better results than we ever could before.
And the tools for this, you know them. They're part of our everyday life now. We're talking about email, of course, but also things like blogs for sharing insights and building your authority. And obviously, video conferencing, which has totally revolutionized how we work together. These aren't just for the IT department anymore. They're essential for the modern accountant.
And let's just zoom in on one of those for a second. Look at the impact of video conferencing. It's not just about saving money on flights. It actually boosts productivity. You can share your screen, collaborate in real time. It humanizes our conversations because we can see each other's expressions. And it helps us have more focused, structured meetings. It's a perfect example of how technology enables a more strategic, connected role.
Okay, so from connecting better, we move on to actively growing the business. This is where the accountant's role really expands into areas like marketing and sales, worlds that, in the past, might have seemed totally separate.
This quote here really nails it. Advertising isn't just about making cool commercials. It's a strategic mission to get the most persuasive message to the right people as efficiently as possible. And who knows more about costs, returns, and efficiency than an accountant? They are perfectly positioned to guide this kind of strategy.
And marketing itself, at its core, is a process. It all starts with understanding the customer. It's not about trying to push a product on someone. It's about figuring out what people actually need and then creating something that truly helps them. That kind of customer-first thinking is key for growth, and it's a process that runs on data and analysis, which is an accountant's home turf.
This analytical mindset even applies to the sales process. I mean, look at this framework. It's a logical, step-by-step system. From finding potential clients and doing your homework to making your presentation and closing the deal, this is a system you can measure and you can optimize. A modern accountant can look at this and analyze the cost per lead or the conversion rate at each step, turning sales from a mysterious art into a data-driven science.
So beyond just growing the business day to day, the modern accountant is also helping to build its future. This is all about shifting from just reporting on what happened last year to proactively planning for what's going to happen next year and the year after that.
And a huge tool for this is the feasibility study. Before you jump into a new product launch or open a new office or make any big investment, you have to stop and ask, is this actually a good idea? A feasibility study is how you answer that question, by looking at a project from every single angle to see if it's practical and if it's likely to work out.
A really solid study is comprehensive. It asks these big, critical questions. First, market feasibility. Do people even want this? Then, technical feasibility. Can we actually build or do this thing? And this is the big one for accountants. Financial feasibility. Do the numbers make sense? And finally, organizational feasibility. Do we have the right team to make this happen? An accountant's skills are absolutely crucial for answering all of these questions with cold, hard data.
Now, once a project gets the green light, it needs a budget. But a budget is so much more than just a list of costs. I've heard it perfectly described as a program explained in monetary terms. It's literally the financial story of your project, translating that big strategic plan into the language of dollars and cents.
And you can see that story right here in this simple example for a soap business.
You've got your projected income, your operating expenses all laid out, and the bottom line. This isn't just a table of numbers. It's the entire game plan, written in black and white, showing exactly how this business is going to succeed.
All right, the final piece of this new toolkit is all about a company's most important asset, its people. The analytical, data-driven skills of an accountant are now being applied to human resources to help build and assess incredible teams.
So, how do you apply data to people? You use a range of assessment instruments. For hiring, you might use skills tests or structured interviews. For your current staff, you might use annual performance reports or feedback questionnaires. The goal is always the same: to get beyond just a gut feeling and use structured evaluation to make the absolute best decisions about your team.
But here's the thing. For any of these assessments to be useful, they have to have two key qualities: validity and reliability. Validity just means, are you actually measuring the right thing? And reliability means, if you did the test again, would you get the same result? If you don't have both, your assessments are pretty much useless. It's about making sure your people data is just as solid as your financial data.
Ultimately, what's the point of all this? It's simple. It's about using these tools to make the best possible choices when you hire and promote, so you can be sure you're identifying and lifting up the most talented people in your organization.
So there you have it. When you put it all together, the journey is just incredible. The accountant has evolved from being a reactive number cruncher to a truly proactive, strategic partner, someone who connects, who grows, who plans, and who builds the future of the business.
And that really leaves us with one final big question for every accounting professional out there. In your day-to-day work, are you just closing the books on what's already happened? Or are you using your incredible skills to open new doors for the future? The choice really is yours.